20 goons and ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions. It seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Stop your whining.
Allen now on first down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got his man. That's Hardman. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go. He's crashing.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And his kick is indeed good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Come on, set. 60 or. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Check 26. Check 26.
Hey, shoot.
On 1st down, Mosley. And he's got his man on the out route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
No. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Operating from the gun, Mosley. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18.
Ready, set.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
10. Kill.
Guard.
Kill. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there. His second in the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
60 outlaw, blue draw Porter.
Check 31.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Go.
Mike 51. Check tight end.
Go.
Mike 51.
Ready?
Back to throw. Mosley. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Yeah.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Allen now looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Rock it.
Watch twist. Check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Go now. 70, Indy. Greystone, Travis.
Big stop, D.
Hey, Sam on.
He's checking. Crash. Check the backer. Hey, check 24. Bang. 25, check 24.
Go. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 bud. Out. Shoot.
6 guys. Check hard. Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch 54. Ain't no such thing.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Forced out to his left. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way, they've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen to throw once more. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3 on the ground. This is Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Go.
To throw on 2nd down, Mosley. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mosley. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
There.
Check your hot read.
Shoot.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
80 weapons. Check. Lucky. Check. Look. Squeeze. Get ready.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And an alley to run. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw. Mosley. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Will Fuller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Third down and 2.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You run.
On play action, Allen. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on second down. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and now it's third down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Mosley. It's complete to Fuller. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Switch gears. Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Hey, lock it. Switch it. Come on, switch. Yep. Get it.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Look at me. Zipper. Smooth. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Now.
From the gun, Mosley. He's got Fuller. 30. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, echo.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
To throw on 3rd down, Mosley. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's more on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
On 1st and 10, Mosley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Will Fuller. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Go! 10-2 stop.
Check three. Whip.
Gone. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on 1st down. Mosley. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Past the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Rush in.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
We got to step it up. Slam.
2nd and 4. Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, yep.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battles.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Check. Fresno. 56. Half 10. Here we go.
Now Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. On 1st down, Swift will keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right there. 54, right there, right there. 54.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Fuller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Go! Go! Hey, seam 6. Go!
Back to throw. Mosley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
15 line. Topper! Hey, Charlie! Now!
Mike's 54! Mike's 54! Watch the run!
Right there.
Throwing again. Mosley. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Will Fuller there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by one more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hubbard, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. He'll take it at the 42. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Rock it. Be driven.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 52 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Allen now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On 1st down, Mosley. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, Haywood. Get it.
Looking to throw. Mosley. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Redskins deed leads to a touchdown. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Completes it to Hardman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed to...
That's caught inside the 20. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Roll out. Check 37. Check. Hey, exit.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for the ends and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Lambo to add on the extra point. And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good. For the Lions, first down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.